Hello there, and I hope you are doing well. Here's a quick guide on how to complete the Blooming Deep Lost Sector solo and flawless on expert difficulty. Timestamps are in the description below. This sector can be found in the Pale Heart. Spawn in the Blooming and travel straight forward past the large tree in the center of the map. On the opposite side will be the entrance up against the cliff wall. If the flag is locked or if it isn't there, you will first need to complete the sector normally in order to unlock the higher difficulties or complete the final shape campaign. This sector contains overloads and unstops. The threat is arc and there are a few arc shields and solar shields throughout. For some reason it doesn't mention this, but there are a lot of void shields near the start. During the recording of this video, the surges were arc and stasis. That might be different for you. The surges are on a weekly rotation, so always double check what the surges are, match your subclass or weapons to the same element to deal extra damage. Moving on to loadouts. I ran the sector in all 3 characters and these are the loadouts I used. I ran Warlock Prismatic with Song of Flame, Prismatic Hunter with Silence and Squall, and Prismatic Titan with Twilight Arsenal. For Unstops I ran the Battler, Riptide, and Smite of Moraine. For Overloads I ran Thunderlord and the Monarch. In addition, the Warlock Stasis Turrets and Riptide can stun both champs. Now you do not need the same exact weapons or armor pieces as me. As long as you have something to stun the champions with, you are ready to run it. This is where you can see a variety across the board to show you that you can complete the sector with anything you want and whatever you're comfortable with. Use the same loadouts and weapons or mix and match, your choice. Now into mods, starting with a class item. Run any of the mods to help reduce your ability recharge timers when using different abilities. You could also run the mods Proximity Ward and Healthy Finisher to get your health back along with an overshield when performing a finisher. For leg armor, you can run mods to help with your ability regen when picking up Orbs of Power. You could also run Scavenger mods to pick up additional ammunition when picking up ammo bricks. For your chest armor, run a Concussive Dampener to help reduce incoming damage from grenades. The threat is arc, so definitely have a resist mod because incoming arc damage is increased by 25%. If you have room, run a solo resist against the boss. For gauntlets, run any mods to boost your ability regen or help create Orbs of Power. Finally, for the helmet, I suggest you have a heavy ammo finder mod on along some ashes to assets to get a super bag on grenade kills or siphon mods for making Orbs of Power. This is what I used, so either copy it or use it as a template to make your own. Once again, you do not need the same weapons, armor, subclasses or even mods as me to complete this lost sector. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. The strategy I'm going to show you can work on all 3 classes. Once you spawn in, you will have a couple of void shielded taken adds and an unstopped champ near the back. Take out the void shielded adds first and then you can use the ledge on the left to get some high ground above the unstopped for an easier kill. Around the corner to the right will be more void shielded enemies, including some hobgoblin snipers. Just stay near the start and use your grenades and any explosive damage weapons since they will be nicely grouped together. Some of them can get stuck in the vegetation on the right side, so make sure you don't leave any survivors so they don't shoot you in the back. Once done, jump up to where the hobgoblin was, and before you go around the corner to the left, there will be a phalanx shield waiting to knock you off the map. Take it out and then jump there and look immediately to your right side to kill the hobgoblin sniper. Follow that cliffline path around the corner where you will need to take out more adds. This little alcove is decent cover to help take out the adds ahead of you. Up next, you will have a blight to deal with and it can be annoying. There'll be a bunch of adds inside, so if you have any lingering grenades, just place one on the inside and step out and wait. Afterwards, you will need to jump onto these ledges. I suggest you jump onto the second ledge because you can use it to block a line of sight with the overload below you, so it is much safer to kill. There will be a taken eye, but a single one does not do too much damage. Once done, jump down and kill the Weaver if you haven't already. On the opposite side will be more adds, but you can use the tree trunk for cover to block the shots. Kill the enemies and then take their spot and look to the left. Destroy the taken eyes first, followed by the hobgoblin. Up next, you have a chaotic room filled with a ton of enemies. Among them will be an ogre, snipers, taken scions, and taken captains. You have 2 options here. You can stay near the start and pixel peek the wall, but there will be more adds spawning later on which can kill you in this position if you're not careful. The other option is to go in whilst the adds are distracted and jump onto the left side ledge. There'll be 2 scions to kill, but once you do, this high ground makes it much easier to see all of the enemies. The large rock near the edge is perfect for cover. When most of the adds die, more enemies will spawn in, including a Subjugator. On the far side there are some platforms where snipers will spawn in, so be careful when peeking either side of the rock. Around the Subjugator will be plenty of enemies, so prismatic grenades make short work of them. Around this time when a few enemies die, additional reinforcements will spawn in, including an unstopped champ. By the time you are done clearing out the enemies, the Subjugator and Unstop will most likely be the last ones standing. Now a Subjugator does have a stasis crystal attack, and if you stand in the doorway the crystals can reach you. The explosion effect of 1 crystal is enough to kill you, but the crystals cannot reach you whilst you are on top of this ledge. Instead they go around you, which makes it even better for cover. Just use the high ground to kill the Subjugator first and you can leave the Unstop for last. Once done, go through the door but don't go too far. At the end of the chasm will be bats, vandal snipers and an overload champ. You can snipe them from the front if you want, or jump onto the ledge on the left and use the rock for cover. Take over that area and around the corner to the right will be more taken enemies including eyes, phalanxes and vandal snipers. Just stay here and snipe as many of them as possible. Once you think the area is fairly clear, jump onto the branch in the middle and go around halfway. The end of a branch curves upwards so you can use that for cover whilst trying to snipe all the remaining enemies. There will also be some bats to the left side, but once you deal with them you can rotate to the cliff lines and jump up, taking out the vandal snipers along with you. You are now in the boss room and there is really only one safe spot. As soon as you drop down, the area will be surrounded by a taken force field, so run to the opposite side of the map where the Lucent Lightbearer, who by the way is on our side, is distracting the enemies. Run past all the enemies including the boss and get to this rock as soon as possible. From here you can snipe all the enemies one by one. Sometimes some of the taken thrall will jump up onto the left side, but they can all be one shot. On occasion some taken hobgoblins will spawn to your left, so keep an eye out for them. In between killing the ads, try to damage the boss whenever you can, and if the boss throws fire towards you, just hide behind the rock. Whilst this is happening, the Lucent Hivebearer will actually be helping you to kill the ads, especially the boss, so let it do the work for you. Occasionally a green shield will appear around you when the Lucent Lightbearer retreats. Don't worry about it, it doesn't stay forever. The ads cannot hit you and you cannot hit the ads with a few exceptions. Taken thrall can walk through it sometimes, but they aren't too difficult to kill. You can actually step out of the shield but don't go too far, otherwise you cannot get back in. Stand right on the border of it and you can shoot outside the shield. When the boss is on his last health bar, more ads including an Unstop will spawn in. Just use the same technique with a green shield for cover. Step out, damage, step back in. This is why Prismatic is so good for clearing out the ads, because he can throw the grenades and then just wait. In some cases, if a Lightbearer is still up and fighting, it can actually kill the boss and Unstop for you, as it happened here. And there you have it, that's how you complete a blooming deep lost sector solo and flawlessly on expert difficulty. If you have found the guide to be helpful, then please like, share and post a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more Destiny 2 guides. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.